Hi all, Hal here with more Empyrion. Yay, Empyrion! So, last time we were together, we were working on a ship, and well, we've got a decent portion of it set up. Yes, that is an artillery cannon. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick tour, but first we have to get started. So let's go. So, yes, it has been a really long day. It is bloody warm here. We've hit about 90 degrees without the door being closed. With the door being closed, I'm looking at my computer. My computer is pushing about 110 right now, so... and I'm sitting about 2 feet away from it. So let me show you what we've been working on. So what we have done is we did actually finish most of the shell at this point. As you can see, we've got a good portion of it done. Now, I could have added a lot more weaponry to the ship, obviously. What we've got on here is we've got 4 missile launchers sitting amidship on the ventral portion of the ship. Sitting on those hips are 2 laser cannons, and then the giant artillery piece obviously on the front. Down below, we've got a couple of the mining lasers, the turrets for the CV, which is very, very nice if you're trying to gather resources. Now, we haven't actually put in things like the storage and habitation and all that stuff. I have been putting in ventilators as I go, so the ship is technically airtight at this point. As you can see, we have no open gaps anywhere on the ship as far as I know. There might be something back in the engine area, but we'll go take a look at that. So, yeah. Not bad so far. Let's take a look here. So we're looking at quite a bit of stuff, right? So we're at 46 by 130 by 42. Not too bad. We're only about just over 9 kilotons. Our power is actually pretty good right now. Obviously, we don't have offline protection on it. There's no one else in the base, obviously. Well, there's no oxygen in the base. We can have 12k oxygen, and we need, it only needs 6k to actually fill everything. So, not too bad. Look at that. We're only, our powers, we're pulling nothing out of our power. So that's actually pretty good. Now, obviously, as I said, I don't have any of the actual storage things in place yet. We're just now setting some of the stuff up, like lights, all of our doors. We do have a couple of fridges and a food processor. We'll take you through, show everything off in the ship, including the medic station, O2 station. I think that is most of it. Yeah. All right. Now, I haven't programmed any signals yet, and I will be at some point. And okay, I was making sure because I heard that they had updated the signals, and I wasn't sure if they had finally got around to putting in the circuits that I was asking for or not. But oh well. Oh, statistics. Level 25 to fly this thing. That's only because I've got so much crap in here. I actually have 2 of the tier 2 RCS units, and we could probably get away with just 1 of them. But I like having the ship be a little bit more zippy this time around. We do have a warp drive. We don't have any tanks on board yet. Actually, I thought I put a tank on there. I'll have to check that. We're pushing just over 5,000 blocks. We've got 246 devices, 23 lights. Now, for the stuff you all really care about. We have 26 meters per second squared on a lift. We have 40 meters per second square on counter lift, with 26 meters per second on counter ascend. Right. We've got 132 meters main thrust, 132 meters braking, 20 meters on the laterals, and our yaw is at 1.1 with a pitch of 1.13. So, not too bad. The roll is actually really nice. I really like that roll. It is for a CV of this size, It is actually pretty zippy. Really liking this so far. They redid the size class for only size class 3. Just shy of 25,000 iron, 1,200 or just over 1,100 cobalt, almost 1,500 copper, 2,000 silicon, and everything else is just kind of meh. Alright, so that is the statistics. But I know you don't want to see the statistics, you want to see the ship. So let's go. As you can see, we have the bridge, yay. We did put in some walkways over here, make it a little bit nicer, clean it up a little bit. Now, I will probably be moving the core out of this area. The bridge tends to be a bad place to have your core. If you have to ask why, you've never been in combat. Everyone aims for the cockpit, so you don't want your core anywhere in there. Now, this is your first hallway. You actually have residential assignments here, so residential berthing. Now, these are mirrored on both sides. So you do have 4 rooms, 2 to each side, and then a 5th room here, which is basically, this will probably be storage or, what was I going to use this for? I think I was going to use this for, I don't remember now. I think I was going to use it for one of the kitchens or something like that. So you do have a little break here. Let me take you to the other side. Let me show you what's going on. Because what we've done is we actually have a crew lounge on this side. So as you can see, there are windows out facing the exterior. And then here you have the latrine. So, yes. Now that is there. So you come out this way on the starboard side. And as you can see, you are in a secondary hangar space. Let me turn on the light so you can see a little bit. Now this is where the combat capable or your drones, things like that, are most likely going to be stored. You have your medical, you have oxygen over on the other side. And we haven't finished the interior layout. We still need to do a lot in here. As you can see, I'm just starting to get into some of it. So we do have an oxygenator here, which is shared on this portion. We're going to have this closed off on both sides, and then there will be a separation here in the middle to separate the 2 spaces. You have your power generation on both sides. And then you have an observation area. Now, I am going to make some changes in here, basically to set this up to be a little bit more of an actual observation area. But we haven't gotten that far yet. And then our jump drive location. And then our main propulsion is actually outside of the ship here. All right. Now, if we go down a deck... Now, the ship is set up with the idea that if you are doing combat operations, what you're going to need to do is you're actually going to need to come out through the hangar control area. And this is why you know that this is staff versus general visitor or crew areas. So if you go this way, now you are in the basically the visitor center area. You have the main hangar here. This is where all of your transports are going to come in, guest ships, whatever. Your VIPs are your VIPs are probably going to come in through the secondary hangar. But anything where you want to make sure you've got control over who's coming into your ship, it's going to be over here. And then again, we have down here, we've got our crop area, small food prep. Mirrored on this side, you have the secondary the elevator that takes you up here into the maintenance area. This is basically going to be, eventually this is going to be the maintenance causeway. So this will all be closed off. And then this leads back into the back portion of the ship again. Over here, basically it's mirrored with no elevator. Yeah. On the far side of the plant crop room, we have our gravity generator. I'm actually going to put some more consoles in here, and this will also be completely sealed. But because we are in creative mode right now, the ventilators aren't going to be working. Mainly because of the fact that I have everything turned off. So, coming through here, your 2 RCS units, the hallway of doom, I do not recommend walking through here unless you have to, and that's done intentionally. Your main fuel cells, which we have quite a few of them. We actually have a couple hidden in the rafters as well. And the lower portion of the jump drive. Now, this back area, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this, because this is a huge space. What I would like to do maybe is to set up, I don't know if I would set this up maybe as a crafting area. This would basically be where we're going to be doing all of our maintenance, because you have your jump drive here, you have your power generators, thruster access. So we'll probably have crafting down in here. But I am a little hesitant to put a primary crafting area that far back, simply because of the fact that not only do your nacelle areas tend to be primary targets when you're attacking things, but it's also a hell of a long way to go in order to get into your crafting, and I really don't want to do that. So I may end up throwing a crafting location up here. I may even use that one room up in the crew area. So yeah, let me know what you think. Throw your comments down in the section below and let me know, do you think we should have crafting throughout the ship? Should we only be in the one place? Alright, so looking at the detail here on the ship a little bit, went with a little bit more of an industrial design than normal. So went really chunky with the build, and I'm really liking the way that this came out. Again, this is using the new flat texture. We do not have any of the painting done on the ship yet. We haven't texturized it. There's still greebling to be done, which we haven't finished yet. I'll probably make a small change to this area. I wanted to show you what we had gotten done, because it had been a while since we had hung out and chatted. We have the recessed engine nacelles. We have another engine nacelle here, and then a third, for a total of 6 of the blue large thrusters. And then on the push side, we have one of the XL thrusters, the red thruster, and 2 more blue ones. Together, they equate out to the same amount of thrust that you're getting on the counter thrust here. Now we have the drop down nacelle that I had a couple people comment on. They said they really liked the way that this looks like it pops out. It was a nice little detail piece. We have just some more detailing in here. As you can see where I basically stopped doing my greebling so far, but this is where we are right now. It's been a long day. You can see the 2 mining lasers up ahead, and then our main nacelle thruster array here. So yeah, had a lot of fun building this thing. So what I may do is I may go ahead and release it on the workshop as it is. Basically set it up as a paint your own ship type of thing. But yeah, I am very happy with the way that this thing came out. I did take into consideration the fact that the folks over at Eleon Games have said that they are starting to work around the idea of internal thrusters. So as you can see, all of our thrusters are vented, so you do actually get vented thrusting. However, some of the back ends of these are internal, as you saw, like going down that hallway in between this thruster array. So you will have some areas of heat that you'll want to watch out for. But otherwise, yeah. No, I have to say I am really liking the way that the ship came out. Now, I have not taken this thing into planetary orbit yet, and I think I might just to do it. But what I think I'll do is let me go ahead and do a quick cut. We'll bring it back when we get up to the planet, and that way if I can't get it out of the atmosphere, well, then you get to laugh at me. So alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do that quick cut, and we'll be right back. And we're back. So we're gonna go ahead and do a atmospheric entry, do our insertion here, see if this works. Also gives us a little bit better control over the lighting, so you get to see the ship in a little bit better detail. Alright. Hopefully it won't crash. There we go. So we've got 12 minutes of power in an atmosphere. Okay, so she is capable of self-flight in an atmosphere, at least if you are oriented correctly. Let's roll her over, see if she is going to be able to maintain altitude or if we're losing altitude. Let's see again. I know it's a little clearer. Let's see what she's doing for... Oh, she's able to maintain even with the few thrusters we have. That's actually good. Let's get her down below the cloud line here and just make sure. Yep, able to maintain. She is going to list, so she doesn't have enough on the laterals to maintain altitude, but that's okay. You don't really need it. You shouldn't be trying to maintain your height advantage on the side of your ship. So yeah, I have to say I'm very happy with the way that this thing turned out. It turned out much nicer than I was expecting. You know, when you start building, you always want it to be something interesting to look at, and I'm just glad that this one turned into something, you know, a little bit fancier than what I normally have been building lately. So yeah. Let's go take a look here really quick. I still need to obviously flip the window textures. I need to get the painting and texturing done, but for now I think the ship is pretty much done at this point. The only thing, well, at least the chassis is done. Obviously we still need to do the interior work. Now, can I get down this way? No, I'll just go out this way. Alright. There we go. So yeah, it's been a fun build. So like I said before, if you are interested in getting a copy of this, let me know. I will put it up on the workshop before it's done for those who want a copy of it, with the caveat that you know that it is still to be finished. So if you do take a copy of it and you decide you want to do some finish work on it, you are free and welcome to repost it up on the workshop. Just make sure you provide original credit for the initial ship and let me know about it, because I'd be really interested in seeing what you do with it. But I have to say, like I said, I am happy with the way this came out. I'm really enjoying this design. We even have a little bit of a fly bridge up here for the radar and crow's nest area. The only thing I might do is I might come back and replace or add at least a couple more thrusters for our the ascent, for the ascent countering. Mainly because of the fact that I like to have my ships be a little bit more balanced on their power usage, but I think it came out really nice. You know, I'll leave it as it is. I'll just, after this, it's just texturing at this point. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I know this was a bit shorter than normal, but I've been working on this thing for a couple of hours, and I thought I had recorded it, but apparently my system decided not to record. So. Okay, so what actually happened is I was recording. When I went to stop recording because it's so hot, my system had crashed, and I unfortunately lost the file. But yeah, is what it is. We'll make it work. Oh, so hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, throw them down in the section below. And if you want to see more, be sure to subscribe as well. Not only do the likes and subscriptions and even the comments help the channel to grow, but it also lets me know that you're enjoying it, and that's what I'm here for. So if you're not enjoying it, one of us is doing something wrong, and hopefully it's not me. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Have a terrific week, and we will see you back here next time for more Empyrion. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. This thing is going to be so much fun in multiplayer. Oh.